Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this look. I wore this in my last favorites video and you guys all really wanted to see a tutorial. I really love this makeup look because it's so easy. It's a good look for beginners. It doesn't require a lot of products, and what I love about the eye look is that you can interchange the lips to really any lip color. If you want to do something a little bit more evening, you could do a bold lip, a red lip, a vampy lip. The world is your oyster. So if you guys are interested in this makeup look, then keep on watching. All right, so the first thing I'm doing is priming my lids, and I'm using this MAC Prep and Prime. I'm gonna take a blending brush and make sure it gets all over the lid and the crease evenly, because if you don't even it out, your eyeshadow is gonna look patchy. Nobody likes that. This look is super easy. Then we're going to quickly set the base with a bone-colored shadow, or you can use translucent powder. This is BLANC type by MAC, which I heard they're discontinuing. I don't know why. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow. Discontinued. Favorite eyeshadow. Ah! Oh my god, it just fell and broke everywhere. Well, there's that. No worries. It's not like it's never coming back into my life again. I'm using the shards of shadow that have crashed all over my heart. Now I'm just gonna be mourning the eyeshadow this whole time. So I'm gonna use that to set the brow bone and the crease, but leave the lid free of any shadow because the look is all matte. I don't wanna set the lid since I'll be using a matte color. It just might look a little funky. For this look, we're gonna be using the SUVA Beauty palette, and this is the Neutral Necessity palette. So we're gonna be using basically just these two colors. This color here, which is Night Market, and this one, which is Hookah. So just those two colors, super easy look. So I'm gonna be applying the first shade with the Smith 247. The Smith blending brushes are absolutely everything in life. If you guys haven't tried them, they're great. I'm gonna be picking up the lighter brown of the shades. And we're just gonna start placing that into the crease. I like to start off with a little eyeshadow, of course, and build it up. This look is super easy. I know a lot of the tutorials I do can be a little bit like complicated with like glitter liner and stuff like that, so this is a really easy makeup look, good for beginners. So you just wanna apply a light wash of this color into the crease and almost blend it like so it fades into nothing up here and bring it out. It's okay if you get it onto your lid because we're gonna actually pack the whole lid with this light brown color as well. This is honestly the best makeup look if you're in a rush and you just wanna like look like you're on and poppin' without putting a lot of effort or using a lot of eyeshadows. For my brows today, I've been using the IT Cosmetics Universal Taupe brow pencil and I've really been liking it. It's actually been my most picked up brow product lately. So see how I'm blending this, this crease just so softly so that it kind of just slowly fades into the BLANC type eyeshadow that we placed there. It's no harsh lines, just almost like a smoke around the eyes. That's what you want. And whatever's left over, that's when you take it towards the outer part of the eye here. You never want to come in strong with a lot of eyeshadow and blend this way. Just like you want to take the least amount of product and blend up here, you also want to do that on this outer corner so it just slowly gradiates out into like a thin smoke of shadow. Now I'm going to take a flat brush, this one has no name on it so I don't know where it's from, and pick up the same brown that we used in the crease, and we're going to pack that on all over the lid. This is such a pretty brown, it's like my new favorite brown eyeshadow. This eyeshadow will probably look so good on any eye shade, but especially green, because it is warm and it'll make green eyes pop. When using matte eyeshadows, I really like to pack on one layer and then go in and pack on another layer because unlike foiled eyeshadows, matte ones, sometimes they get a little patchy. This one didn't, but I also use this method of just making sure to pack on a lot of product. So next we're gonna take the darker brown shadow in the palette, and I'm picking this up using a Delium Tools 772 brush. We're just gonna pack it on onto the outer V. Now I'm going to take a clean-ish blending brush. Now that we have the color placed, I'm going to blend out the edges. You always want to do the heavy blending of the edges with a clean blending brush. That's key. always key so that your eyeshadow doesn't look super crazy. Before finishing off the eye makeup, which is the lower lash line and lashes, I like to do my face makeup. That way when I do my under eye concealer, it doesn't interfere with the lower lash line blending. I'm gonna be using the Dolce & Gabbana. This is the Perfect Matte Liquid Foundation in the shade Bronze 144. This foundation says it's matte, however, I don't think it is that matte, to be honest with you. It has more of a satin finish for me. You can see my face is really pale, but my neck is a little bit more tan. So I'm gonna try to match it to my neck, which is perfect. I know when I first used this foundation, it had a really, really like dewy finish for me, I felt like. So I have to set it with powder. I wouldn't say it's matte, in my opinion. But I like this foundation because I feel like it's like lightweight. So a tip, when you're applying your foundation, if you tend to get a lot of buildup around your nostrils of foundation throughout the day, or like your laugh lines, it's good to start applying your foundation on the outer perimeters of your face and then slowly working the product towards the center. That way you focus less of the product in the center and it still covers, it just, you don't put the majority of the product there. I would typically bring this like all the way down my neck, but you know, I ain't going anywhere after this video, I'm going to sleep, so I'm not trying to waste my Dolce & Gabbana. Alright, so for my concealer, I'm just gonna apply Ginger by NARS. This is the creamy concealer right here in the hollows of the eyes, just because it has a little bit more warmth to it, so cancels out those hollow shadows. For the rest of the concealer, I'm gonna be using the Urban Decay Naked Skin. This is the shade Medium Neutral. Just to make my nose look slimmer by putting the concealer there. Let's just put this concealer everywhere. Really sharpen up these edges here. Blend it using the Beauty Blender. So you don't have to worry too much about the edges of your shadow, because then you could just cut it with the concealer, make it look extra sharp. Once you like cut the concealer here, you turn the Beauty Blender around to the foundation side and you want to blend out this line here so you don't have like a sharp concealer line there. And I also like to blend the edges of the concealer with the foundation side as well. Now it looks nice and clean. Alright, I'm also going to take that Urban Decay concealer and highlight the nose to make it look slimmer and straighter. I always try to make a straight line down my nose and I can only hope for the best because it goes left sometimes. Take it up to the forehead and then the Cupid's bow and a little bit on the chin. Just gonna blend it out. All right, we're looking good, we're looking fresh. Before I go in and set that concealer, I'm gonna contour my nose out a little bit with this LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Toast. I'm like not that good at contouring my nose, I feel like. I love Sarah E is like amazing at contouring her nose. I love how her nose contour looks. I need her to hook me up one day. Just a light contour and just the tip. You sick individuals in this room right now. Especially you, Janine. I'm just gonna go ahead and set my under eyes with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm gonna bake it. If you tend to get really oily on the sides of your nose, which I do, I like to definitely put the powder there and bake it. It just gets less oily. Sometimes I'm not able to bake under my eyes. My under eyes are really dry. Baking looks terrible on me, but right now it's been going okay for me, so. And put some here. And also just down the nose. Wait a couple minutes. And then go ahead and take a nice fluffy brush, one that's not too dense. You want it to be extra soft. Just wipe that away. This one is the Sigma Tapered Highlight Brush. It's really nice for this. I baked the side of my nose, I baked the center of my nose, so it leaves a nice highlighted look. Make sure you really blend it away, but then it kind of contours the nose for you even more. Just want to make sure you really blend away that translucent powder, because you could look crazy if you leave like a white cast, which sometimes happens to the best of us. So next, I'm gonna go ahead and go into my bronzer, and I'm using a new bronzer today. This one is by Marc Jacobs, and it's in the shade Tantric, this big bronzer palette. And I'm gonna use the MAC 137 brush. I've been using this lately to bronze up my skin because it's really, really fluffy. It's not super dense. Basically, it's gonna give you not so much a defined contour look, but more of like an overall bronze because it's so light and fluffy. and you're gonna avoid harsh edges with this. So I kind of like to use this when I tan up my whole face. I've been using this lately, and this bronzer is really nice. Watch out, Matt, give me sunshine. Really get into that hairline, to those sideburns, and down the jawline. Sometimes I'll even like kind of give a few swipes through the neck. And then if you want to look really bronzed, like naturally the sun bronzed you, sometimes I even give a little swipe of bronzer across the nose, so it looks like the sun has been tanning my face all day. Next, to add an all-over bronzy glow, I'm going to be using the Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC, and this is in Gold Deposit. And I'm going to continue using this brush because, like I said, it distributes product lightly. This has more of a goldy undertone. It's not so much like a highlight for me, but it does give a bronze glow. It's really pretty. I even put some on my chin just because it's very light. All right, then we're just gonna move straight into blush. I'm gonna use one of the new Makeup Geek blushes, and this is in the shade Infatuation. Apply that. I'll be using the blush brush by Marc Jacobs. You really wanna work the blush into the bronzer. This blush is such a pretty color. It's not too pink, it's not too peach. It just kind of gives like a nice, warm look to the skin. It's beautiful. These colors together is like my dream. We're gonna move straight into highlight. I'm gonna be using a new highlight today. I'm trying this out for the first time. It's the Violet VOSS Pro Highlight Powders. They look like this. I swatched a few of them already, as you can see my fingerprint in there, but I have not used them on my face. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix Star Glow, which is a little bit of a peachy shade, and Moon Gleam, which is a more white-based highlight, just to kind of get an in-between color. I'm just gonna apply that with a fan brush. And I'm gonna give like a nice C shape. Sometimes I'll go back into the MAC 137 to blend the highlight out just a little bit if I get a little carried away, which is always. All right, so we finished the face makeup, super easy. I also put the highlight down my nose here. Now we're just gonna finish the eye makeup. So I'm going back into the light brown color from the SUVA Beauty eyeshadow palette, and I'm gonna use the Dose of Colors pencil brush. This is my favorite pencil brush for the lower lash line because unlike a lot of pencil brushes I own, which are really stiff, this one is a little bit more soft, so it blends the eyeshadow out really well. It's almost like a very small miniature blending brush. I'm gonna smoke the lower lash line out with this color. Surprise, surprise, me smoking out my lower lash line is unheard of. I feel like the reason I always smoke my lower lash line out is because I don't have a lot of lashes, so to add drama on the lower lash line, that's like my version of it. That's what I do. And then you just want to connect this eyeshadow to the outer corner of the wing we made out here. So now to really get under the waterline with a dark shadow, I'm using CYPRESS Umber, and this is from the ABH Modern Renaissance palette. This palette kind of has like a lot of fallout when you dip your brush into it, so be careful. But I'm taking that dark brown and I'm just going to press it right under the waterline, and make sure you use pressing motion so that the eyeshadow doesn't fall onto your concealer that you just worked so hard to apply. In the waterline, I actually like to use the Benefit Highbrow. This is really like bright. It's not super white. It has like a pinky undertone and it stays in the waterline really well. This is actually a underbrow highlighting product, but it works so well on the waterline for me. Do you see how like crazy that, oops. By placing that light color in the waterline, it just kind of makes your eyes pop. Just gives you a really cute little doll eye effect, which I love. All right, so where the drama is gonna come into this eyeshadow look is really with lashes. I use the Cocoa Lashes in Queen Bee on the top, and then these bottom lashes, which are my favorite bottom lashes to apply. They're from House of Lashes, and they are in the style Precious. These are actually pretty easy to apply. I just take them with tweezers, and then you look down, put them underneath your natural lashes, connect the outer corner, and then go into the inner corner. For the lips, I'm gonna be using the Bare Minerals. This is one of their new nude lipsticks. It's a liquid lipstick and it's in the shade Homme. Of course, it's nude. These smell like chocolate milk. They smell so good. I tried to put my finger on like what the smell was and I just realized it's chocolate milk. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Leave me any video requests in the comments down below. I will get a DIY distressed Daisy Duke tutorial or just distressed denim up soon because I know a lot of you guys want to see how I cut all my shorts from what used to be mom pants. So keep an eye out for that video, and if you have any other requests, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Is the microphone good? Hey guys, my name's Desiree. Cool. This is something. Oh, so fluffy, I'm gonna die.